warm welcome to News Across Nigeria. I'm Melinda Akinlami. Coming up on the program, House of Representatives holds investigative public hearing on former pension boss Abdul Rashid Maina. There will be no anti-grazing law in Kogi State, so says Governor Yahaya Bello. And season 2 of The Other News is just around the corner. The House of Representatives Ad hoc Committee investigating the reinstatement and return of the former pension chairman, Abdul Rashid Maina, has resumed its sitting with a public hearing today at the National Assembly. Amongst those questioned are the Head of Service, Winifred Oyoita, the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Interior, Abubakar Magaji, the former Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, just to mention a few. In the course of the questioning, all the officers denied being responsible for the reinstatement of Mr. Maina. The Head of Service, Winifred Oyoita, took time to explain the process for reinstating any official into the Federal Civil Service, but refused to accept the blame. This position was countered by the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Interior, Mr. Magaji, who insisted that there is no way the reinstatement of Mr. Maina could have happened under her watch.
No, Honorable Chairman, sir, I did not sign that letter. I did not endorse that letter. You may recall last week, I brought the original letter for citing. That letter was never given to Maina. It is still in my possession. But from what we gathered, what the Ministry of Interior did was that they just acted on an advance copy that was copied to them by the Federal Civil Service Commission for information purposes only.
To my understanding, there are two issues here. Reinstatement of Maina is different with Maina's reporting to Interior. Reinstatement of Maina could not have been done without the Office of the Head of Service endorsing the Senior Staff Committee meeting outcome. And the reinstatement of Maina could only be done by the office that Constitution gave that power, that is Federal Civil Service Commission. They are mandated to recruit, to employ, promote and discipline.
The French government has decided to work with the Enugu state government to improve water supply. The French ambassador to Nigeria paid a courtesy visit to the Enugu state governor, Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi, where further talks were held to discuss the development of Enugu state.
Enugu state has grappled with water challenges for years, but that's about to change as the state government and the French government partner to tackle the issue. For the French, this project is an opportunity to strengthen bilateral relations between both countries.
Of course, I would like to do more. I would like to be more present. I would like also to have more French companies coming to Enugu and engaging into investments or partnerships with local companies. But well, those are the main reasons of my presence here today. To discover your state and to look around and discuss with you how we could improve our relationship.
We have to find a way to fast track the implementation of this project. There is SPIU working, and there are some difficulties, so we have to find a solution. We agreed to engage a new important project in the urban water. So it's $50 million. It's a soft loan. It's a loan to the federal government, but which will be unlent to you. So at the end, you will have to reimburse the federal government.
The governor of Enugu State, Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi, uses the opportunity to raise other salient issues in which the state could use more support.
Your Excellency's visit today certainly offers us an ample opportunity to build a stronger working relationship with France and to explore potential new areas of bilateral cooperation. It also affords us the chance to do a joint review of the implementation of Round 2, and other relevant projects in the state. While we remain very grateful to the agencies of the French government for their involvement in this project, we are obliged to solicit further assistance in the development of critical sectors of the economy, more especially agriculture, education, and healthcare. Such assistance will appreciably enhance our efforts to boost the state economy and significantly improve the standard of living of our people.
$50 million has been budgeted for the project to the end that water scarcity becomes a thing of the past while building a mutually beneficial relationship between both nations.
To security matters now, peace between herdsmen and farmers is important for the Kogi State Governor Yahaya Bello, who believes building a relationship between the two groups will be more productive than enacting an anti-grazing law. To drive this message home, Governor Yahaya Bello held a meeting in Lokoja, the state capital, between herdsmen and their host community to iron out the issues that usually cause problems.
This meeting at the banquet hall of the Government House in Lokoja, Kogi State, is being convened by Governor Yahaya Bello to drive home the position that his administration will not enact an anti-grazing law to deter farmers-herdsmen clashes. Rather, he wants to try other options like bringing concerned groups together in one accord. The special advisor on security to the governor sets the tone for the discussions.
The government of Yahaya Bello has involved series of dialogue to resolve issues in the past, paid compensation for losses at every opportunity.
The death of about 32 herdsmen and over 216 cows belonging to Fulanis living in the eastern part of the state is alarming to the Mietiale Association, who blame security agencies for negligence, among other allegations.
If we talk about killing Fulani herdsmen by communities, people will say because we destroy. In February this year, the 3 boys to Chairman Bada of Itobi were killed, burned down along with their motorcycle at Ojosha.
The traditional rulers describe these allegations as false.
I get disappointed why the Farmers Association, the secretary of Boitwala, you know the way he arranged his statement, and 80% of it are lies.
After listening to all concerned, Governor Yahaya Bello lists measures that he will take to address the issues.
Why don't we develop a law that will make all of us to be inclusive and live together harmoniously and tap from the economic value of the Fulanis, while the Fulanis tap from the economic values of the land.
All parties now cautiously await how these measures to stop the violence between herdsmen and their host communities, who are mostly farmers, will be implemented.
Thank you.
And let's move to Anambra State now, where traditional rulers have raised the benchmark of the administration for Governor Willie Obiano as he settles into a new term in office. The Anambra State Traditional Rulers Council want the governor to continue to uphold the provision of good leadership and good governance that will have an overwhelming impact on the people.
I came here on behalf of all the traditional rulers in Anambra State. One, to congratulate His Excellency the Governor for his unprecedented victory in the recent election for governorship of Anambra State. Also to draw his attention to the fact that people are looking up to him to provide leadership, good governance, transparency in government, and in moving the state forward, which he also told us that he appreciates all of that. Of course, he makes the point that the governor alone cannot get it done. He needs the support of his people. All of us who have supported him and voted for him have to also support him to continue to lead the state.
When news across Nigeria returns, we'll be going back to Yobe State, but this time we'll be looking at how the people are picking up the pieces after the Boko Haram insurgency. Join us again for details.